What is up, BTS audience, army out there, people? I'm a little bit lost. I won't lie to you. I'm a little bit lost of what I can react to with BTS. So, guys, I'm going to leave a large pinned comment at the top. Comment below whether you would like me to dive into more of like the background of BTS, because I'm reacting to, is it Broracity magazine? I'm reacting to another video of theirs about BTS. If you want to dive into this, like this discography, this biography kind of concept of BTS, then we're going to definitely do that. If you want me to react to songs, guys, go check out, what is it, the pinned comment at the top of this reaction, and comment below what you prefer me to dive into. But I saw this as quite brand new, but yeah, I'm a little bit lost of what I can dive into. But let's check this out. This is how BTS changed Tiny Desk concerts. Also, I've reacted to the guide to BTS. I've already done that reaction. I can leave a link in the description if you want to go check it out. But let's check this one out, people. Let's go.
In 2008, NPR host Bob Boilen and music editor Stephen Thompson left the popular South by Southwest festival disappointed. The loud crowd noise didn't allow them to hear the music of folk singer Laura Gibson properly, so they joked about having her perform at their office, behind the host's desk. Eventually, they made it happen, and the Tiny Desk concert series was born. It initially started as a way to give a small independent artist a platform where they could be heard, but a year later, in 2009, a big name reached out to them, Tom Jones. So they decided to welcome big artists as well. That's how they got their first viral performance, T-Pain's Tiny Desk concert. From this point...
Is that how it blew up? I didn't know about that. I didn't know that's how the Tiny Desk blew. Oh, that's so clever. It did so well, man. Like Tom Jones was like, oh bro, let me jump into it. Then T-Pain, hey!
Big artists as well. That's how they got their first viral performance, T-Pain's Tiny Desk concert. From this point on, a lot of big artists started participating, making the series one of the most popular music shows in the country. Many compare the current relevance of Tiny Desk concert to the one of the MTV Unplugged series during the 90s. The show's format is one of the most popular in pop culture right now. However, only a couple years ago, Tiny Desk was really a big American show. They did have a lot of international artists, but this didn't lead to international franchises or an international audience. That was until 2020 changed the show's format with a little help from BTS. The Tiny Desk concert producers have been inviting international artists to their show for a long time, and they've revealed that they have invited BTS for years. The show's producers even suggested moving the desk so the 7 of them could be more comfortable, even allowing them to dance if they wanted to. During these years of invitations, the show had some very famous guests, but year after year, the BTS Tiny Desk concert didn't happen. In my opinion, this makes sense. From 2017 to 2019, BTS's schedule was completely packed, so they had to carefully prioritize. The invitations they did accept were from big events, mostly recognized and broadcast around the world. And as popular as the Tiny Desk concerts were becoming in the US during this time, BTS simply didn't have the time for a show that most international audiences didn't know existed. This was until the pandemic started. In 2020, BTS could not travel outside of South Korea, so their projects could only be promoted through pre-recorded performances they sent internationally. This was the reason why BTS started accepting a lot of invitations they've been rejecting for years. They finally agreed to perform at BBC Radio 1, MTV Unplugged, the VMAs, and of course, Tiny Desk concert. Because this was during the pandemic, BTS participated in a special version of the show titled Tiny Desk Home Concert, in which the artists tried to capture the same unplugged environment at their homes. And because a lot of people around the world were stuck at home during the pandemic, 2020 became one of the biggest years in Tiny Desk history, not just in the US but globally. So BTS's performance, along with other Tiny Desk home concerts, rapidly entered the channel's top 10. I believe that one of the reasons why BTS rapidly entered...
Oh, I love how she like dives into stuff like this. This is so cool. 4 years ago. Jesus. Dua Lipa. Damn. Tiny Desk. So clever. Tiny. That's a great like... Oh my God. That's great like business like mindset. Like the whole concept is obviously people go over to your like your office, and obviously the interaction will happen there. Now unfortunately, excuse me. Sorry. Now unfortunately, you're unable to obviously have the interaction because of the pandemic. Things are closed. You decide to create home concerts. What a clever business outlook, bro. Oh, we can still do the thing, people. We just get them to obviously do it in their house and obviously change their environment, but it's still our emphasis because it's still like the imagery of like Tiny Desk. That's such a clever business mindset, bro. 2020 was the year you adapted or you failed. Simple as that. A lot of people failed. A lot of people adapted. And to switch up to be like, yo, even if we go pandemic phase, even if we go into lockdown phase, because when the pandemic hit, no one knew what to do. We've never been in a situation where we're in lockdown. No business has been in a situation where they've told you can't go anywhere, you have to stay at home. So they're like, oh my God, what do we do? Do you get what I'm saying? So that's never happened. So to have that and be like, all right, cool, we're going to take this to the next level. Your mind, bro, has to be on like a whole nother level to be like, bro, we can still do the same thing, but do it this way. And bro, because everyone's at home and no one's got nothing to do but to watch TV or watch YouTube, it flourishes. Then guess what? If we go into lockdown again, we'll just do the same thing again. We're set for life, bro. And they could also do live streams if they wanted to. The cleverness, bro. But BTS is kind of the reason why it kind of triggered to go internationally. Oh, this is sick, bro.
Pandemic, 2020 became one of the biggest years in Tiny Desk history, not just in the US but globally. So BTS's performance, along with other Tiny Desk home concerts, rapidly entered the channel's top 10.
Crazy.
I believe that one of the reasons why BTS's performance stood out among other Tiny Desk home concerts is because it felt closer to a regular Tiny Desk concert. So it was not just a popular BTS performance that fans don't even remember what it was for. BTS made it easier to associate this performance with the show. And this was something that not a lot of artists could fully replicate. To do this, BTS performed with a live band at the record store Vinyl and Plastic in Seoul. They performed 3 songs that somehow told a very specific story about the world's situation. The first song was what I consider The Escape. In 2020, most popular songs were lighthearted and not too serious, and many associated this with a phenomenon in music known as recession pop, which happens during times of economic crisis. Recession pop happened for the first time in 2008. It had a short resurgence during the pandemic and another one in 2024. So BTS opened their 2020 Tiny Desk concert with what the world wanted to listen to at the time. Not a sad, sentimental song, but some sort of escapism.
It's a disco pop track that we simply wanted to share great energy to everyone around the world.
Dynamite was BTS's first song to be fully recorded in English, so it easily topped charts around the world, including the US specifically. With this uplifting pop song, BTS welcomes Western and global audiences to their world. After Dynamite, BTS doesn't completely address the elephant in the room, but they hinted. While still maintaining an upbeat tone, they sing about the stressful reality. BTS Save Me, released in 2016, is about feeling trapped in a dark place. So they ask someone to please reach out their hand and save them. In my opinion, they chose this song purely from a storytelling point. BTS has many songs that would fit way better in this unplugged environment of indie music. But Save Me has both the recession music characteristic electropop sound and lyrics that express the feeling of hopelessness that the world was feeling. This was the perfect transition to the third and last song. Spring Day was the song that surprised Tiny Desk creator Stephen Thompson the most. He wrote, Spring Day seemed especially true to BTS's hopeful nature. Introduced with a few optimistic words from rapper and singer RM, the song reflects on a need to wait out hard times, even as the weight of present-day pain feels oppressive. Released on the last day of a grim season, Spring Day provides a nice reminder of what awaits us on the other side. We just have to get through fall and winter first.
Believe as such difficult time like now, we all are wishing for the spring day to come.
It's been the roughest summer ever, but we know that spring will come.
Now masterful. Do you know how masterful? I don't know if that's actually a real word, but do you know how clever that is to obviously create something like that? To be like, these are what the songs mean. This is what the message we want to put out, especially currently in 2020 when everyone's feeling a certain way. They really thought about the actual representation and what people were going to like get from it and what they wanted to what they wanted to also push and promote if they're going to be on this Tiny Desk, bro. The songs are in depth, very powerful and great like coordination to show what sort of level of what song goes after another song to go for another song. Bring something very like poppy, because bear in mind, they got a short time. Even though it's a concert kind of in a way, it's 3 songs. It's not like we're performing 5 songs. Not like we can obviously take them on a journey. We have to minimalize what we can do, but still establish that journey. So might as well give something very powerful, very poppy, but understanding where we are, giving something that's emotional connection to be like, yo, like, there's more to us, but obviously we're still here. And then to be like, things are gonna get better. Trust me. Do you know how powerful that is? Especially in that 2020 period when people were in lockdown. Do you know how powerful that is? Jesus, bro. They fought. Business mind, bro. Business mind, bro.
So the relevance of BTS's Tiny Desk concert was not just their participation, it was also the stage. The introduction of BTS's more laid-back side to mainstream audiences, the track list, and the explanation BTS gave of the track list. All of this makes the performance easy to remember, and of course, extremely popular.
차가운 새벽 공기에 나 몰래 눈을 뜨네.
We can still wonder, is this performance relevant because of the format or because of BTS? Is there really a significant international audience used to maximalist performances willing to watch a more laid-back version of their favorite artists? The perfect person to test this was RM of BTS, the second idol invited to Tiny Desk. RM's solo music is more alternative hip-hop and R&B, which allowed him to stay true to Tiny Desk format. RM's Tiny Desk concert happened in December of 2022, so it didn't really need to be a home edition. Tiny Desk went back to prioritizing the regular format by this time, but they made an exception for RM, who didn't travel to America to promote his album Indigo. Tiny Desk creator Steven Thompson wrote, "Given that BTS's RM is based in South Korea, we let it slide, not least because his team put together one of the most impressive Tiny Desk facsimiles we've seen yet." RM's Tiny Desk concert was released the same day as his album Indigo, but he started his performance with an old song, Seoul, from his 2018 mixtape Mono.
Basically, as you know, the capital city, which is my second hometown in Korea. Seoul is the city that I spent the most time since I started music. So I just always been wanting to make a song about Seoul. 똑같은 잿빛 표정. 아니 나는 내가 두려워. 이미 널 보가 껴보는 거든.
Then RM performs 2 songs from his album Indigo, Yoon, which originally features the Queen of Neo Soul Erykah Badu, and Still Life, which features Anderson .Paak.
Next song would be first track of the album Indigo. It's about the Korean painter Yoon Hyung-gun that I have the biggest respect, art industry. He was always saying that you should firstly be a human before you do some art or do something. So the song is inspired by his lifelong message. And when you see the cover of the album, you could see his painting.
I wanna be a human before I do some art. It's a cool world, but this don't be my part.
It's a number 2, track 2 out of his album, and it's called Still Life. So I wrote this song actually out of the museum, so a lot of paintings were titled Still Life, and I felt really strange. The flower as a model of the painting is, dead like a century ago, but it's, still alive in the painting by the painters themselves. So they gave the birth, actually the eternal birth or life to the flowers by painting.
I'm still alive, but I'm moving. Just look now, going forward. Yeah, 멈추지 않은 정물.
Although the Tiny Desk producers were very insistent on having RM on the actual desk in Washington, D.C., the performance was a success. There was a significant international audience willing to watch this format. So after years of having occasional specials for international artists, NPR launched their first official international series, Tiny Desk Korea.
Oh, okay. I don't know if international has to directly be focused on Korea, but cool. I like what he did there. I like that, obviously, how they got him to kind of So it seems like, from what we're gathering, BTS is the reason why they actually start to change and obviously expand into the whole international stuff. That's pretty cool, man. And I like how RM got his solo stuff. I like how he's collabing with Erykah Badu, Anderson .Paak. Fire.
NPR joined the Korean telecommunications and media company LGU+ to create Tiny Desk Korea. The first promotion teaser was released in August 17 of 2023 with the slogan "Tiny but not so tiny concert," a phrase RM said on BTS's Tiny Desk concert.
Everyone could also enjoy a tiny but not so tiny concert.
The first list of performers included V of BTS. His performance was the only one to be released simultaneously on NPR's music regular channel and the brand new Tiny Desk Korea channel.
okay.
This gave visibility to the previously released videos of smaller Korean artists and made audiences aware of the new show's format. V of BTS was the artist and made audiences aware of the new show's format. V of BTS was the perfect artist to have this big premiere. His entire debut album Layover was R&B, jazz, and neo-soul, so he had an 8-member session band performing with him, including 3 backup vocalists. Although the entire album was a perfect fit for this style of performance, V chose the pre-release single Love Me Again, the main single Slow Dancing, and the B-side For Us. NPR and Tiny Desk producer Suraya Mohammed wrote, Love Me Again starts the set with a catchy hook and steamy verses sung in Korean. You don't have to understand the language to feel the regret and loss.
예전으로 천천히 make it feel better, you make it forever.
V keeps the romantic
nice.
mood
Really
going with an
nice.
up-tempo R&B vibe on Slow Dancing. V ends the concert with the jazzy For Us.
이번 앨범은 잠시 스쳐가듯 그리고 쉬어가듯 지나가듯 머무는 휴식 같은 곡들로 채웠습니다.
After V's performance, many artists popular in South Korea joined the list of Tiny Desk Korea performers. And only 7 months after the beginning of the series, NPR partnered with the Japan Broadcasting Corporation, or NHK, to launch the second international series, Tiny Desk Concerts Japan. The
Okay.
series was launched with a strategy similar to Tiny Desk Korea. The list of artists part of the big premiere of Tiny Desk Concerts Japan included a big recognizable artist. His performance was published on the NPR Music Channel, which brought attention to other performances at the NHK World Japan Channel.
Hey,
Mainstream
I
audience-
personally think, man, they should have done it international. I don't know why. This is my perspective. I'm not sure why they wanted to do just solely Korea. I personally think you should have done it as like Tiny Desk International. Then you just could have put Korean, Japanese, like all sorts of music on one page. Personally, now you're creating a Japanese page. You have to manage now 3 channels, not 2, and it's a bit long-winded and it could be quite hard. So I don't know. This is what they've done, and if it's worked for them, it's worked for them. Sometimes if something works, don't break it. Like, you know, what's that saying? Don't fix it if it ain't broken. You know what I mean? So if it's working for them, then it's working for them. But I personally think I would have done a second channel, just purely international, and that's it.
Mainstream audiences expect BTS to be the typical boy band that performs pop songs with intense choreographies. So it's no surprise that this is one of the most recommended BTS performances for non-fans. It makes sense. BTS is used to performing in settings like this, but not so much in American shows. This is because America wants to see the boy band side of BTS. As I mentioned, the creator of Tiny Desk Concert was willing to move the desk for the first time ever just so BTS could dance, changing the format of the show. It wouldn't have been a Tiny Desk concert, it would have been a tiny concert. And I wonder if BTS's performance would have been as impactful as it was if BTS decided to perform Dynamite with a choreography for the 30th time during the pandemic. Tiny Desk concerts were gaining popularity outside the US during the pandemic, so I wouldn't doubt the popularity of BTS's performance, but the impact is something different. Tiny Desk had more than 100 international artists on their show before they had BTS. Some were huge international artists, but it was BTS's performance what made not just international audiences, but also international broadcasting stations truly notice the potential this format had. So this may have been just one more show that BTS accepted to be part of during the pandemic. This may have been just a casual phrase by RM, but the performance's impact will forever be part of the show's legacy.
So my personal viewpoint is like the word international is very vague. I think that's a vague way of saying it. What BTS did, they opened the doors for Korea. That's what they really did. Let's keep it a buck. This, because obviously that's why that's why Tiny Desk made Tiny Desk Korea. Because if they were Wow. If they were really going to make it international, they wouldn't emphasize the word Korea. And yeah, that opened another door to obviously for the Japan version. But if they really like cared, they would have obviously just made it standard like international. You may think, oh, this has opened the doors for like other countries, but it hasn't. It's opened the doors for more so the Asian community, K-pop industry, realistically, and then a J-pop or J-rock. No, not really J-rock, actually, J-pop industry. That's what it's done. It's mainly opened those doors. People, we got like Chinese artists, we got African artists, we got Filipino artists, we got a Norwegian artist, you know what I mean? We got Russian artists, bro, you know what I'm saying? So you could easily have just done, like you got Spanish artists, Brazilian artists, you know what I mean? I personally think for a business point of view, I would have just done it in expansion of just international, and I would have put all cultures on there. That's what I would have done. You would have guaranteed audiences from all over the world, and that would have been your Tiny Desk International. But hey ho, it is what it is now, you know what I mean? If they've done what they've done, it is what it is. And if they want to go Korea, then create another channel for Japan, then go ahead. They probably haven't got a pool yet to be like, oh, let's do one for Africa, let's do one for like because what the problem they have now is, if you now want to do like different countries, different like musicians from different places all over the world, you're now gonna have to make another separate channel. As I said, like Tiny Desk Africa. You get what I'm saying? Like you don't have to do that. You could have put it all into one. But it is what it is, man. That's Tiny Desk. That's just my opinion about that. But if it's working, it's working. You know what I'm saying? BTS, the other reason then. The other reason to expand that Korean like sort of music and that sort of door and that lane. They really did that. BTS are different, bro. They're built different. BTS are built different, bro. They're not just a band, bro. And they're not K-pop. They're not K-pop. They are like their own genre, their own style, their own music, bro. They are something else, bro. They've honestly opened the way for a lot of people. They've really like opened the doors for a lot of people, man. Flipping out, man. They changed the game for like, especially for Korean artists, bro. They changed the game, bro. Damn, man. Listen, this Bora City magazine, flipping out. Great job. Whoever's made this video, whoever's done this style video, fantastic job, man. Now, give this person a round of applause. This person's amazing. Guys, you don't understand. Doing videos like this take forever to do. We may sit here and we may watch that 13 to 14 minutes, but to create a video like this and speak over it and have the little clips for the songs and have the little like imagery, you know what I mean, for what she's explaining, that little these little changes
To the previously released
like just doing
videos
the color stuff, that's difficult. You get what I'm saying?
on NPR's
Doing this,
Music regular channel and the brand new
doing
Tiny
that,
Desk
that's difficult. That's difficult,
Korea
bro.
channel. This gave visibility to the previously
saying?
released videos
Where's the
of
other part
smaller
they do?
Korean artists and made audiences aware of the new show's format.
What's the other
Video
thing
of
they do?
BTS, not just in the US but globally. So BTS's performance,
this?
along with other Tiny Desk home
And editing
concerts, rapidly
to create
entered the channel.
that, it's not easy to do, bro. This takes hours. Unless like you're really good, unless you got a team, this takes hours to do. Sometimes days, sometimes weeks to create stuff like this, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? So whoever's doing this, bro, thank you for the work. Thank you for the effort, man. This is a massive appreciation. Like, just give big props to this person. Big props. If this person listens, go and subscribe. Why is this person not on 100K? Go and subscribe. Get this person to 100K. Get this video up to 100 views. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't understand, people. The background edits to put the work into this, whether it's the person speaking or whether it's this person's got a team, it's not easy to do. This takes time. So big shout out to this person for creating this, bro. Honestly, educating me. But yeah, BTS is something different. BTS is something different. Now, guys, if you like this sort of stuff, I know I mentioned at the bottom, I know I mentioned at the start, I'm going to leave a pinned comment that you can obviously tell me whether you want to obviously dive into more reactions, because I don't feel like I can obviously check out, I don't know what else I can dive into. But if you really like me reacting to stuff like this, people, let me know, because we can dive into more of this, bro. Bore City magazine. We can dive into more of this if you want. If you like this sort of stuff and like how I give my thoughts and my opinions on certain things. If you are enjoying it, let's do more. let me know down below in the comments, and we'll dive into more songs, or we dive into more of this sort of stuff. But a big shout out to the person creating this. Subscribe, hit that notification button. 25,000 subscribers. If you do subscribe, you get to see more of BTS reactions. So if you do subscribe, I'm definitely going to give you more of that. Social star Bub, if you want to push that gratitude further, and then links in the description for everything, people. BTS Army audience, people, if you like to obviously support me, give a little bit of a donation. Most of the time I don't make money from my reactions. So yeah, guys, if you want to support a brother, there's a link in the description. Little or as big as you want, it's down to you. It is now down to you. It's your own generosity. But if you do want to support me, drop a little donation. Link in the bio. Description. I'm over and out, though. Let's get to 25k, people. End of May/June. Peace.